Hi, this poem I'm going to read was written on June 3rd, 2011, so a bunch of years ago. Okay, here we go. I saw you today, God. I'm sure that you were there. When I had no hope I'd be okay, you made me much less scared. You saved me today, God. I thought my life was done. I thought I lost the battle, but really I surprisingly won. You were there for me today, God, when I was alone and hurt. When I was kinda lost, you made me more alert. You woke me up today, God. I know that my life is real. I know that I'm meant to live, and I'm meant to feel. You're in my heart forever, God. I know you'll always watch over me. I know you're always there, and I know you care about me. So I wrote that poem on June 3rd, 2011, 8 years ago, because it was the day that I got hit by a car while I was riding my bike. Um, I actually had a green light and I was crossing a big intersection, and there was a guy who I was going this way, he was coming from this way, wanted to make a right on red, didn't stop, and boom. Right when that happened, the guy stopped, and I remember it perfectly, even though it was 8 years ago. The guy stopped, but I was in shock and I didn't even know what happened. And this guy from Hatsela actually happened to have been driving by in his car with his kids and saw what happened and jumped out, and all of a sudden they're calling ambulances and stuff. And considering this guy hit me, you know, like T-bone essentially, without slowing down when he came near me, I really could have died. um, the way that it all played out. It was a pickup truck, a white pickup truck, and it really could have been horrible. And what happened was, after going to the emergency room and then going for an MRI and all of this stuff, it was determined that I had torn all these major ligaments in my left ankle. Even though he hit me from the right side, I fell and I guess hit my left ankle, and my ankle was essentially like just hanging by a thread. My bones were fine, strong bones, but yeah, there were no ligaments happening. Um, yeah, it it really could have been worse, and whenever I think about it, I'm just like, holy crap. Because I was riding my bike, and by the time I saw that there was a car coming, it was like kind of I just had to like brace myself, like, and that thought went through my head like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm about to get hit by a car, and there was nowhere for me to like, there's no way for me to get out of it. Um, and every time I think about it, um, I just get, I guess, like faith in some higher power because, you know, it could have been way worse. That being said, I don't, over the last 8 years, I've repeatedly re injured my ankle. My ankle has always since then been exceptionally unstable because there was nothing holding it together, essentially. And so I have repeatedly, you know, twisted my ankle, things, the way that I would walk, and things that if my ankle was stable, like my right one, I wouldn't get hurt, like even not walking in a funny way, my ankle would give way and I would, um, all my weight would end up on my twisted ankle, and it was just not a good situation. And usually I would be able to just, go, oh my God, that was my bad ankle. Oh my God, that was the bad foot. And everyone would ask, was that the bad foot? I'm like, yep, yep, yep. And I would kind of like just, and then just keep going. Um, Not really thinking that that would be a problem later on. And then finally, this past November, literally November 1st, I was walking and my ankle decided, to give out, I guess. And that was the day my poor ankle decided, nope, we can't keep doing this, Rivka. So I, usually I'd be able to just keep going and walk. My ankle blew up to the size of like big. And it was severe pain all day. Yeah, so it was really bad, and it was just like, it was the kind of thing where it's like, I don't think I can just ignore this anymore and just get up and keep going, like I'm so used to doing, just get up and keep going. So went to an orthopedic surgeon the next day at the hospital for special surgery. I was in a boot, an orthopedic boot for a month, and since December I've been walking with a brace because I don't feel comfortable or stable walking without it. I had another MRI. I had this nerve conduction test done, which involved a lot of electric shocks and needles, and it was not a fun experience. But basically, I have, chronic ankle instability due to all these, as the MRI report liked to say, ligamentous injuries. And I also have peroneal nerve damage along the outside part of my ankle. So I can't feel anything on the outside of part of my ankle, which is kind of creepy. Yeah. That being said, I am having ankle surgery on June 24th, which is in like 22 days, considering it's June 2nd. And I just think it's crazy that after all these years, like I'm finally, like even after months of PT, my doctor was like, yep, we're going in there to tighten things up. And it's kind of scary, and I feel like it's kind of like, it's good because I feel like I'm relieved that after all these years of, saying like something's still wrong with my ankle when I walk down the stairs, I still quiver, I still shake, or my muscles are still killing me in the backs of my legs because I was, mobile for a while when I got hurt to begin with and can't do certain things. And, I feel like it's relieving that after all these years, I'm finally like fixing it. I mean, like the recovery is going to be really bad and hard and difficult and long and whatever, but I think it's ultimately going to be, good. And I don't really know why I'm making this video, but I think 8 years later, I'm just so relieved that this is finally happening. It should have happened 8 years ago, but whatever. And I think it's just the poem I wrote the day it happened, like right after it happened, something wanted me here because, getting hit by a white pickup truck who was probably going 45 miles an hour, and I was on a bike, not even in a car. It's pretty scary stuff. So I don't know what the point in this video. I think I just want to share my experience with people and, the process that's been happening to come up to lead up to this surgery that's happening on June 24th. So, yeah. Bye.